Alright, man, let's get into it. Playoff close drop Tuesday. I ain't really speak on it because really read about like, man, I'm just post some content and talk about it, right quick before I get into the predictions for Saturday. Ohio State first, Georgia second, Michigan third, Florida State fourth, and Washington fifth. This it really hard to see. It's the way it's set up. It's like Ohio State is probably like I ain't gonna say the team, but Ohio State got worse offense out of the top five, like out of Georgia, Florida State, Michigan, and Washington. They got the worst offense and quarterback. Given the fact I know Marvin Harrison, outside of Brock Bowers, the best weapon out of all of them, But still, Kyle McCord, the worst quarterback out of Bo Nix. Well, Bo Nix stays six, Oregon six, but out of Michael Penix, Carson Beck, Jordan Travis, and Jason McCarthy, Kyle McCord, the worst one. And I know that they beat Penn State and they beat Notre Dame, who was like top 10 when they all played Penn State and Notre Dame. But it's like, man, if Notre Dame could count, they could count to 11. Ohio State loses that game, probably most likely. They last two plays, they had 10 players on the field. I already knew Penn State couldn't pass the ball. They had no vertical threats. And that's why I picked Ohio State to win, and I was right. Given even the fact that if Kalen King don't hold, Penn State probably wins that game. Like, literally, the play they got a turnover, a script sack, Kalen King holds Marvin Harrison. Either way, Penn State, they folded. Ohio State got to do it. Win is a win. That's all that matters. Like I said, win is a win. So, and Georgia second. I thought Georgia was gonna be first. I did. Georgia ain't lost a game since the SEC championship of 2021. And they, not yet they don't have no big wins, but they played Kentucky when they was ranked. Florida was a top 25 team, even though they weren't ranked. But they still was a top 25 team. I take Florida over, Air Force and all them. And Georgia just, quarterback is better than Kyle McCord. Because, like last year, Georgia was third. Like, they had Tennessee, Ohio State, and Georgia third last year. Tennessee was ranked for like 4 or 5 days. It what it is. But at the end of the day, I like it. That shows like Kirby could coach even more harder, and the players can take it in better. Because it's like, even though you did all this, you still not number one. They still don't think you're number one. Just like last year, Georgia smacked Oregon 49-3. They handled business versus Florida. They handled business versus all these teams. And they still wasn't first. They was third. Now this year they second. After, after dominating Kentucky and Florida. They second. Which is, I like it. I thought they were going to be first, but it's hard to say because, like, I ain't really tripping. Like I say, at the end of the day, if Georgia wins out, they're going to be first, regardless. If Georgia, Georgia's going to be first soon anyway. If they beat Missouri, who is like 12th, ranked 12th, Ole Miss, if they beat Texas and them, Ole Miss will be ranked 9th or 10th still. So that's 2 back-to-back top 15 wins. Will put Georgia over the edge, over Ohio State until the Michigan game. Not including Tennessee. If they continue to win, Tennessee will be in the top 15 or top 10 or whatever. They continue to win. So Georgia will have, 3 top 15 wins back-to-back. Then at Tennessee, at that. So I'm not really worried. And then, of course, the SEC championship game, which will most likely be a top 10 matchup. I mean, if LSU wins, beat Bama, and wins out, or if Bama wins out, which Bama will probably be top 5, they win out. So Georgia got a top 5 matchup in the SEC championship versus Ohio State. Yeah, they'll play Michigan, but Michigan still got to get through Penn State. And the worst thing that can happen to Ohio State is if Michigan smacks Penn State and Happy Valley Penn State. If Michigan handle business, that and Notre Dame continue to lose like they got Clemson and all that. Notre Dame continue to lose, and Penn State gets boat raced by Michigan. Ohio State has to win against Michigan. Like, definitely if the other teams win out. Because if Ohio State loses to Michigan again, and Michigan smacks Penn State, Ohio State is out the playoffs. If Texas wins out, Georgia wins out, or Georgia lose a game in the SEC championship, and Bama wins out. So that would be Texas, Bama, Georgia, and Washington or Florida State. Like, it would be bad. Or Michigan, so it would be bad. You know what I'm saying? It would be bad for Ohio State if Penn State, gets smacked by Michigan, and Michigan beats Ohio State, and Notre Dame continue to lose. I mean, it's tough. Then it'd be hard. You know what I'm saying? But if I had to choose who would be first, you know what I'm saying? Just off this year. I mean, like, obviously I would choose Georgia first. Not me being a Georgia fan, but I mean, like, if you ain't beat the team, like, you could say this team is on upset watch every week. But if you can't beat them, then it's, you know what I'm saying, it's what it is. So, based off this year, I would go, Florida State 1. And I don't like Florida State. You know I can't stand Florida State. But I would go Florida State 1. Washington 2. Georgia 3. Oregon 4. Ohio State 5. Michigan 6. You know what I'm saying? Based off this year. Just off this year. But I mean, of course, I would, if it were mine, I would go Georgia 1, Michigan 2. Even I don't, you know what I'm saying, I don't really like Michigan. Like, Michigan, J.J. McCarthy, he gonna fold. But Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Florida State 3. Probably Washington 4, Ohio State 5. But, like I say, it is what it is. I mean, they got Ohio State 1, even though, like, Kyle McCord, the worst quarter, like, we do this. I mean, like, Ohio State won't get challenged. Even versus Michigan, Ohio State not going to get challenged in the passing game for real. But, I mean, they're going to get more challenged. But still, Michigan passing game really not scary. Definitely with J.J. McCarthy. I mean, you know what it is. And Kyle McCord, like people talk about Brock Bowers being out, but Georgia just showed that without Brock Bowers, they still can get done. But if Marvin Harrison have to miss a game or two, they through. Like, they might lose for real. Like, I ain't even joking. Like, if Marvin Harrison had to miss a game to a sore ankle or a concussion protocol or something, whatever, Ohio State would lose a game. Because Kyle McCord is like Jake Fromm. Like, he's average. Like, he's the worst quarterback out of the top 5 is what like I said. But yeah, let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Ohio State first. I mean, hear what it is. I don't care. It all gonna play itself out. You know what I'm saying? Like Oklahoma and Texas gotta play if they make it. You know what I'm saying? The one of them not gonna make it, cancel out. Michigan and Ohio State gotta play. You know what I'm saying? Georgia, you just keep on winning. You know what I'm saying? Florida State got to play Miami in the ACC championship. You know what I'm saying? All of it going to play itself out. Definitely, if USC beats Washington, if USC can beat Washington, it makes it a whole lot more interesting. But I'm going to get out of here and talk about the score predictions. Go Dogs.